Sorry, guys. Happy Monday. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. This is episode 14. Barrels with Breland. Welcome back on the No Filter Network. Brought to you by Alkaya. My new improved performance enhancing creatine electrolyte. Coming out soon, guys. We're in the final stages of production, of manufacturing, getting it right. Final touches. Dotting T's, crossing I's. How you like that? Anyways, we're gonna go through this episode 14 fairly fast because I'm currently watching the Indiana-Miami NCAA college football championship game, and I want to get back to that. So we're gonna do episode 14 fairly quickly. So take notes fast, or record this, or listen to it later. So here we go. Episode 14, guys. We're gonna talk business in baseball. Barrels, building, and belief. So how does business relate to baseball? How does baseball relate to business? All right. I don't know, but we're going to figure it out. Okay. So today's episode is something I've learned both on the field and in business as an entrepreneur, striving to create is what I should say. Striving to create something on my own. I've had some part-time jobs here and there, but I've hated jobs my whole life, and I don't ever want to work a 9 to 5 or work in corporate. So entrepreneur is what it is, and that's what I go for. I thrive in figuring solutions out and creation and doing my own thing and finding solutions. So an entrepreneur is what we are, an athlete second, and we're just thriving here. All right. So baseball and entrepreneurship are a lot more similar than people think. Same pressure, same preparation, same faith requirement. It's just in business, you're not hitting baseballs. And in baseball, you actually are signing documents because you do have to sign some W-2s or some 1099s, but you're employed, right? But there's a little give and take to, the whole employment side of baseball. So, baseball versus business, more alike than different. So in baseball, you train for moments you can't control, which is pretty crazy, right? You're training for the opportunity of success, for the opportunities of pressure situations. Pressure is a privilege. And how are you training for that? That's what we train for in baseball. Okay, you fail more than you succeed. There's no other job in the world other than having a baseball job that you can fail more than 70% of the time and still have a job. The only job, if you want to say, that you could fail that many times and still keep that job. Okay, at a certain point, yes, if you suck so bad, you're not going to have a job in baseball. Okay, there's a borderline kind of a requirement, most coaches, teams, scouts look for when you're playing the game. And if you don't meet it, you're gone too. But there's no such thing as, let's say you work at a restaurant and you only take 30% of the tables that you're in charge of. You only take 30% of their orders and you leave the other 70%. So you have 10 tables, you only take 3 tables orders. You're probably going to get fired because you're not taking the other 7 tables as well. And they're not going to eat and they're going to complain and you're fired. Okay, so that's just a quick example. Okay, in baseball, you're judged by consistency, not the hype. And results normally take time. Okay, in baseball, you have to practice, repetition, consistency, and the results take time. You're not just going to go 4 for 4 every game. Sometimes you might go 0 for 4, then 1 for 4, then build on that, then learn, then repeat, then go back in the cage, repeat, try something new, repeat, go to the game, try it out, fail, repeat, have success. All right, what did I do for success? All that plays into baseball, and it takes time. The longer you play, the better you will get, though. Same in life. The longer you live in life, the more experiences, the more you learn, the better you get, the stronger you get. As long as you keep striving for greatness, if you keep striving with with faith in front of you, with God in front of you, and just know everything happens for a reason. Okay, so in entrepreneurship, you invest effort before seeing results. A lot of it is invested in potential, right? So you hear more no's than wins, because let's say you want to start a business, you're going to have to do a lot of homework, a lot of research, talk to a lot of people. You're going to have to talk to investors that are going to quickly say no because they want to make money, and your product might suck, or they're not interested, or it's just not their cup of tea, and they're going to have a lot of no's in business. And really the mental side comes into play, I feel, more in entrepreneurship, because you're going to fail so much. But that's where baseball helps. Okay, so in entrepreneurship, you also must stay disciplined when motivation fades, and growth compounds quietly. Think of a stock market. Since I've been big into my stock portfolio, growth is about consistency when you're in the stock market. And it grows quietly and silently because it's growing in the air, basically. You put it into your stock portfolio, you keep investing monthly, but you don't really see what's going on. Like, you're not sitting at your computer watching graphs and lines and things and change, right? You still got to live your life. So that's where it kind of makes a comparison. Growth in entrepreneurship, it grows behind the doors when you're working your ass off. That's where growth really is. Okay, in baseball, you don't chase hits, you chase barrels. The more barrels you try to hit, the more success you get. In business, you don't chase the money, you chase value, you chase passion, you chase an idea, but the money will come the more passionate you are about something. How about that? But I really like that. Like, you chase value. Like, how much value can you give to somebody? That's really what business is. Right, because the more value you create in baseball, like Ohtani, more eyes are watching you, how good he is. He produces runs, hits, home runs. That's value. So that's why he gets paid a lot. In business, the same thing. However much value, however many people you can serve, however many people you can help, that's where the ROI, the return on investment. So your investment is working hard, creating something of value, and the ROI is more people want it, more people willing to spend the money. Now, we go to the concept of barrels, because there's no other feeling other than hitting a ball in the barrel. The only exception, for my opinion, is maybe smashing a pickleball in the smack dab center of a pickleball paddle for an ace, a smash, a body bag, a point. Okay, that might be the only comparison I could have. So in baseball, a barrel is about timing, path, and commitment. You have to commit to the pitch. Your practice takes over in the swing, right? Whatever you did in practice, that's what you're going to react with. And then your timing, your pre-pitch preparation. And that's where you find barrels. Right pitch, right swing, full conviction, not guessing. In business, barrels are the same thing. Right opportunity, right preparation, full commitment. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be all in. There is no 99-1. All right, not even 50-50. Like, you have to trust it and go all in. I was actually listening to Mr. Wonderful's podcast today, and it's like, when you're starting off as an entrepreneur, yes, you may need to have a full-time job or at least a part-time job to help you live while you chase the entrepreneurship side of creating a business. Like, you sacrifice some time, you make some money so the bills are paid, and when you have free time and not working, that's when you're all in on your business, trying to create it, do your research, what's your market strategy, what's the mission of this whole thing, what's the solution you're trying to solve, all that plays a factor. You can't half swing and expect elite results on the field or in life. You don't just throw the gloves out on the field and be like, I'm going to do my best. No, you're either all in or you're in the fucking way. Okay? I got that from Eric Burns and Michael Kowalski. You're either all in or you're in the fucking way. So if you're not going to do it 100%, because that's all we have is 100%. 100% of what you got. What you got that day, you gave it 100. Okay. How you do anything is how you do everything. If you're going to wipe your ass half-assed, that means you're living your life half-assed. And nobody wants to wipe their ass half-assed. Nobody wants a stink ass around. Right? How my businesses reflect baseball principles. So Al-Qaeda above. Coming out soon, a revolutionary electrolyte stick pack for performance, anti-inflammatory, hydration, strength. Okay, all in one. Your one-stop shop. That's what it is. I gotta write that down. Your one-stop shop for convenience, for strength, for health, for mana. Okay. So Al-Qaeda, it's performance and consistency. It's built around fueling the body properly. Right? Food is fuel. What we put in our body should always be thought of as fuel. Is it going to help or hurt us? Just like training, supplements only work with discipline. How consistently are you taking your creatine? How consistently are you getting sunlight, vitamin D, the natural stuff? That's what I preach on. How consistently are you aware of your breathing? How consistently are you eating whole foods, single ingredient foods? So just like training, supplements only work with discipline. And your daily habits matter more than one big moment. One big phrase sticks in my mind from Michael Kowalski is keep stacking days. Stack, and then you stack, and then you stack, and you stack, and you stack. So you're building blocks. The more you're consistent with your daily habits, the more you are getting to a level of growth every day. Like you're growing 1%. All you need is 1%, guys. There's no such thing as going 0 to 100. Because the only way to sprint is to crawl, then to walk, to jog, to sprint. Okay, everything's a process. Everything takes time, but it takes consistency. Keep working. So your daily habits, find out what your daily habits are. Like for me, wake up early, dive into the Bible, make my coffee, do my journal, walk the dog, boom. Like I've done so much in literally maybe an hour, hour and a half. And it's just like that sets up success for the rest of my day. Because I know like that was my pregame to my game. Like if I get that done, I know my day is going to be great. Because no matter what I did exactly what I needed to do to prepare for the day. Al-Qaeda is about showing up prepared, just like game day. And how you prepare is how you're going to play. You're either doing the work before, that way you can succeed when the opportunities come, or you're not. Now we move to Mana Living. Mana Living Health, I started during COVID. A lemonade stand at the corner of my house, just trying to make smoothies. Okay. Mana Living Health is a foundation and it's fuel. Okay, it's a spiritual energy. This company was created for spiritual energy. Okay, from the ground up. Think the most nutritious food come from our ground, from our earth, from God made the earth. He grew plants, he grew vegetation, he grew fruits. That's what we need to be eating. And so that's how I created Mana Living. Right? It's the spiritual energy we gain, the spiritual fuel, the spiritual nutrition we gain from eating these foods. You can't perform without proper fuel in life, in sports, in work, in school, whatever. Health is the basis of everything, baseball or business. If you're sick, you can't do anything. If you're healthy, you can do anything you want. All right, when you're sick, you're losing money because you're paying hospital bills, doctor visits, meds, insurance, all that shit. When you're healthy, you can spend your money on experiences rather than being sick in bed. And go and enjoy a business. Go and enjoy walking around outside, playing pickleball, playing baseball, going on trips. Okay, you gotta think of those things. Long-term thinking over quick fixes. So when you're sick, for example, to help build your immune system, eat fruits, lemon water, get sunshine, get outside, bone broth, creatine, You know, you don't have to supplement so much when you can get your natural stuff from the outside, your sunlight. Go barefoot in the grass, get some grounding. Ginger, garlic, leafy greens. I mean, those are some of the most powerful foods we can eat with vitamins that can boost our immune system. And yes, it's going to take a little longer to heal, but it's so much better in the long term than doing a quick fix Advil or a quick fix shot or a quick fix doctor antibiotic. Okay, in the long run, it's so much better. So, a bad foundation limits your ceiling in your body and in your business. So, let's create a good foundation. Let's think of good habits, good thoughts, say good things, think good things, be good to one another. Okay, let's be a kind person with standards, with morals, with posture. Okay, let's walk 10 feet tall and bulletproof every day like we're unstoppable, because you are unstoppable. Next, we have the For You Foundation that I'm creating. It is my new nonprofit, my new charitable foundation where the mission is to help out youth sports, kids, underserved public schools and athletics, and give back to the churches. Okay, we're going to build churches. We're going to build our faith in communities, especially in Hawaii, where I'm from. It's purpose beyond the stats, okay? It's a mission beyond getting something back, right? What we get back is we know we're helping this world, we're helping people, we're helping the next generation, we're helping kids. So baseball has given me a platform. No Filter Network has given me a platform. Instagram gives me an opportunity, a platform to showcase my life, what I do, what I stand for, how I live. So that's what I do. Like, I want to share, I want to give. It's about being generous. So baseball gives me a platform to spread this. Business gives me a tool to be creative, to share ideas, to make a product, right? To find a way to expand the platform. And then the service gives it meaning. So the service of helping, the service of creating a product to help, a service of solutions gives meaning. It gives purpose, gives inner mana that you're doing something good and right for this world, for yourself. You're doing God's work, right? That's all God wanted, just for us to be great humans to help others. And in my way, it's For You Foundation. I named it For You because what I want to do is for you. Anything I can do to help our kids, our churches, build communities, mentorships. I even want to try and help startup businesses as well. You know, just getting started, I want to donate. I want to help fund. I want to do anything I can to give back, because everything goes full circle. I want to help because I know what it's like starting from the ground, starting from nothing, doing it on your own, you know. And I want to be someone that other people can look to for help. And that's kind of my mindset on that. You know, stats fade, impact last. So we're trying to leave a legacy. Let's all leave a legacy. Let's leave a positive impact on everyone's lives. So when we leave this earth and live eternally with our God, you know, everyone in human form can be like, oh, I remember that guy. I remember that girl. I remember what they did. You know, let's be remembered for the good things that we did. A lasting impact. Entrepreneurship is a long season. Baseball is a long season. I think baseball might be the longest sports season in general. There's no overnight success, only the unseen reps. So keep doing things when people don't see it. Because when you're doing the things that people don't see, that's when you surprise them with the production and the success that you bring. They're like, how did you do that? Well, they didn't see the work that you put in. Okay, slumps happen in business too. You're going to have good years, you're going to have bad years. You're going to have great sales, you're going to have bad sales. You never know with the economy, you never know with the market, you never know how this world is going to, the world could end tomorrow. But as long as you stay consistent, stick to your plan, ask great questions, find the people that have done the success, that have done what you're doing, and don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to get help. There's no such thing as a stupid question, because we all need to hear things again, to see things again in order to fully understand and get it. Okay, you don't quit the season because of a bad week. You prepare today for tomorrow. So if you can at least say you did your best today, that whatever happens tomorrow just happens. And when you get to tomorrow and you have a bad day, well, at least you can look back and be like, I literally did everything that I could to do my best, to have the opportunity of success, and it just wasn't my day. You just have to leave it at that. Learn from what you did wrong. Learn from the results that came back. Go back into the lab. Tinker. Have fun fixing it up. Get back out there. Okay? Adjust, learn, stay faithful. There's always a plan for everything. God's got a plan. You just need to put the work in and keep moving forward. Entrepreneurship isn't about avoiding failure. It's about surviving it with character, with strength, with honor. You gotta think, most millionaires and billionaires have probably more failures than they do successes, because all it takes is one. It only takes one. All right. Faith at the center of it all. Both baseball and business will humble you greatly. Life doesn't care. Okay, you die, life moves on. The world keeps spinning. There's no such thing as, oh no, you died. Oh no, you're in a slump. Oh no, you got fired. Oh no, business failed. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you need to keep moving on. Learn, move on. Okay, baseball and business failures, it will humble you. So be grateful for every little success. I swear, just be grateful you're alive. Be grateful you're breathing. That's what seriously helps you get through the adversity in baseball and in business, especially as an entrepreneur. You realize quickly that talent isn't enough anymore. Strategy isn't enough. Effort isn't even enough. Okay? We need faith. Faith to stay patient. Faith to stay obedient. Faith to trust the process when results don't show up immediately. Faith that deep inside, the more we trust our habits, the more we trust our routines, the more we trust the work that we're putting in, things will turn over. And if not, if God seriously is going to change your whole direction, change your plan, there will be something crazy that happens, or there will be a moment in time, a thought where it's like, okay, it's not working. Let's pivot. Let's find another way. Let's think of other ideas. Let's sit back and let's restart. It's okay to restart. Entrepreneurs restart all the fucking time. But do not get discouraged. Have faith. There's a plan. All right? We all have a choice to do something great or to do something bad. There's no just do something okay. It's you either want to be great or shit. Let's all be great. But let's be great in faith, great in honor, great in glory. God's going to find a way, guys. Like, there's no such thing as coincidences. It's just, it happens because it was supposed to happen. It happened the way it happened. It happened how it happened. It happened when it happened. Let's just keep moving, guys. All right? We are going to be okay. So, in closing, guys, our Bible verse of the day, Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human master. So basically, the Lord, our God, wants you to do the best. You do your best at whatever you want to do, in everything you do, because He's going to help us if we help ourselves. Okay, whether you're swinging a bat or building a business, give it your best. Chase barrels, not shortcuts. Build with integrity. Integrity check! Trust God with the results. Keep on keeping on. Thank you guys. Episode 14. Thanks for tuning in. Spotify, YouTube, dropping next week of episode 14, Barrels of Breland. I'm your host, Breland. Let's get back to the football game. Don't know the score, but the last was Indiana was winning 3-0. I know second quarter. So we'll see. Like, share, subscribe. YouTube channel is youtube.com/Almadova50. Instagram is @thereal_smoothie king. Just recently, one of my videos just went pretty viral for posting a bunch of my paychecks when I was playing minor league ball for the Diamondbacks. Just showing everyone that really money isn't everything. Go out and chase your passions, chase your dreams. If it's about the money, then a lot of people wouldn't play minor league baseball because you're getting paid $1,200 to $2,500 now. It's better, right? But when I was playing from basically 2020 and before, I mean, you're getting $400 every paycheck. So it ain't sustainable. It ain't livable. But you look back, I look back, and it's part of the journey. And I had some of the best experiences, the best teammates. It's all worth it. But yeah, that post went viral because I showed, what it's like being a professional player. And then it's like you're either going to commit to it and sacrifice for the money because there's a big goal of making the big leagues and making all that money, or you quit and you just say, all right, well, it's not for me. But I just wanted to show people like, hey, this is the cost of wanting to pursue a passion, a dream that less than 1% will ever attain. So I thought it was cool. A lot of comments, a lot of stuff. But go chase your dreams, stick with it, have faith, keep on keeping on, keep stacking days. The best is yet to come. Mahalo. Shoots, brah.